Hit that like button. Let's see, hit that like and share button. On this Sunday, let's talk about Bitcoin, Shiba Inu, and Mana, right? And Mana, I'm just checking some things. Y'all come in, let me know. Let's have a 2 minutes of fame. 2 minutes of fame. Drop your city and state. Or just simply say hello, Queen. Let me know where you are tuning in from. Come in and say hello. Let me know where you are tuning in from as you hit that thumbs up. Come in. Hello, Allison. Hello to you. Hello to you. Thanks for saying hello. Let me get my screen up. Everyone else coming in, say hello as well. We're going to do this for like 2 minutes. 2 minutes of fame, not 5 minutes of fame, but 2 minutes of just saying hello. Divine God, Goddess. All right. Tuning in from Orlando, Florida. How is the weather in Orlando? Pretty sure it's feeling pretty good this time of the year. And in Orlando, hello, tuning in from the MI, crooked letter I, humpback I, the home of Oprah Winfrey and David Banner. Hello, tuning in from Mississippi. Hello to you as well. 1 second. 1 second to notify all my other algorithms that I am live. I want to make this a quick live stream. This won't be long. We're going to make this a quick live stream. Won't be long. Been doing a lot today, so I'm a little fatigued. As you can see on the screen, you have your Bitcoin bubbles. Hello, CEO Lifestyle, tuning in from Austin, Texas. Now I'm with you all. Make sure that you hit the thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up as well. Right. Hit the thumbs up for me while you're tuning in. Hello, King from Houston, Texas. Love that 100, T-Joe 100. Allison is from Philadelphia. Wow, Allison, I didn't know you was from the PA. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All the way from Philadelphia, right? It's cool a bit, okay. We have Texas representing. Got humble-minded 1111. Hello to you as well. And Detroit, Michigan. And Augusta, Georgia. Hello, hello, hello. Tuning in from Augusta, Georgia as well. So give me 1 second. Oh, okay. All right. So let's get in. Let's get in. Dallas, Texas. Hello, Jay from Dallas, Texas. And Texas is, really represent, right? Really represent. We got Texas. They do everything bigger in Texas. And I think I made sure I gave a shout out to Joy from PG to MD. I think is that Maryland? I don't know what PG is. And we got ATL. ATL said I would not be denied or left out. You all look at Sand. Do you all see that? The 111 that always stands out to me. The 1111, right? This is definitely in my portfolio. But listen, I have been saying I'm not for Safe Moon, but Safe Moon numbers do not lie. I'm still not in Safe Moon, but whether I'm in it or not, Safe Moon is mooning, right? So if you are in Safe Moon, congrats. Safe Moon has really mooning with everything else. 129% on Safe Moon on the day. I personally do not hold any Safe Moon. I'm not planning on holding any, but if I would have, I definitely would have been happy with these returns. We got Mana. We're going to break down Mana. If you are in my Patreon, I just made a video for my Patreon members. That membership is $99 or $111 11 a month. So if you tell me, Queen, I cannot access the Patreon, it's not for the people that's at the $11.11 membership, because I really break down some gematria and some biblical secrets and codes as it relates to that time. And if that's really sacred knowledge, it's things that I won't share publicly, right? And so, yeah, definitely have safe moon mooning, and then Manna is doing this thing now. We're going to I'm going to go into Manna, right? uh if you are attending the Millionaire Moves conference, right, as we are experiencing the Tale of Two Cities, a popular book by the great Charles Dickens. We are definitely experiencing Tale of Two Cities right now, and wish this would be the best of times and the worst of times simultaneously at the same time, which is mean you're going to see poverty, a great uh, depression 2.0, and you're going to see, whoa, look at Elon just bust the bubble on the screen. Who got into Elon? Let me check my portfolio now. That I do have. Elon just totally said, Queen, listen, you want to talk about Tale of Two Cities, but let me come in and disrupt your live stream and just blow up 3.59%. Let me check my portfolio for Elon. I definitely have Elon, right? Um, I definitely have that. Now, just know that yeah, that's looking great. That Dogecoin and Elon is not the same thing. But wow, Elon came in with the vengeance. And you definitely can buy this on QCoin if you're interested in it. Rank 100. And look at this market cap. Whoa, 3.59%. So, hey, kind of taking a shine away from Mana, but do not fear. Mana will do its thing as well and continues to do its thing as Mana is showing 2.65% up, 2.65%. So again, I may have to retract my words about Safe Moon really being a junk coin, even though I'm not in it. I will never get in it. But hey, numbers do not lie. Numbers do not lie. And definitely Safe Moon today, if you are a trader, you are glad to be in Safe Moon. Now we have Sheep still in the green at 69.8%. But these altcoins are these so-called, let me share that with you again. What, pump and dump coins are just doing its thing, right? It's just doing its thing. Okay, we got some Prince George County people collaborating. So I'm glad you all are sharing information, right? Prince George County got Carl and Resto Benji. So maybe you all can talk and continue to collaborate. I'm going to continue to focus on that. So you got Elon coin just pump, not Dogecoin, but Elon today. And Elon Musk, let me see if I can pull that up, made a tweet. And this may have something to do with it. He made a tweet today. Let me go to his Twitter. And a lot of people thought that was in reference to Dogecoin, to pump Dogecoin, but it may be to pump Elon coin, because that's exactly what it's doing. And let's see, Elon Musk tweet. Let's go find him. It's about the University of Texas, or starting a university in Texas. If I can find that tweet, I wasn't planning on covering that, so give me a second. Um, So it definitely pumped up Elon coin that just came up on the screen. So this was actually October 29th. Let me share this with you. 2 days ago. And Elon Musk, am thinking of starting a new university, Texas Institute of Technology and Science. And so in this, let me heart that, in the comment section, let's show this thread. It goes on to say, it will have epic merch, universally admired. Listen, tuition is in Dogecoin. So he definitely said Doge. This was 6 hours a day. And you get a discount if you have a dog. So let's look at those. This tweet was made October 29th, but he just made this comment 6 hours ago. And so it definitely pumped Elon coin. So let's see where Doge is right now. Doge is at 27 cents. So it got a little pump, a little traction behind Doge, but he says he will accept Dogecoin. So I don't think Elon Musk is just going to, abandon Doge, but this is definitely help Elon coin. My gosh, 300%. Wow. What gain. So if you are a person that trades, if you're a trader, you are definitely loving those numbers. If you got into Elon, right? So again, everything pretty much in the green. Altcoins in the green. Crypto is looking like it's going to make a lot of people a very Merry Christmas. Mana is taking a cool down. It's down 27%. A lot of people are taking out some gains in Decentraland and Mana. But I do believe that Mana will be a very big project moving forward. Definitely something for me in the long term. It is one of the top 100 cryptocurrencies on the market, right, at this time. And it has a market cap of $345 million, right? So Decentraland is also on the Ethereum platform. So you can build 3D objects in Decentraland. You can be 3D. And a person, you can make your avatar. You can actually be a 3D avatar in games and applications. And you can buy land. You can buy land, digital land in Decentraland. And you can sell your creations on Decentraland, right? Market of the platform. So you can buy your own parcels. So Mount is a tool for use for buying so many parcels. So this is a 3D space, and it has parts or plots of land within it. And so let's break down Mana. You all know that I love talking about the Bible and how the Bible is predicting this, right? Josh says, hello, Josh. What's up, Crypto Queen? I'm trying to tell everyone about crypto, but they won't listen. Okay, then that's them. I don't waste my time talking to people that don't listen. That's just a waste of time, right? I'm trying to talk to people, Josh, for example, about that they're going to need a tax shelter for their crypto. And I'm trying to talk to people about they need more cash flow to invest in crypto, because most people that I know have less than $5,000, Josh. And what they think is that I'm going to be, which can happen. I'm not saying it won't happen, but it's very rare that this happens. But there are some testimonials and examples that it has happened. But they think that they're going to put $1,000. Like if you put $1,000 in Shiba Inu, August of 2020 of last year, you when it hit its all-time highs, could have had multi-millions on return. And so for a lot of people, that's what they think. Oh, I just have $1,000 and I will be a multimillionaire. That happens in rare cases. And it also happens with people that have inside knowledge of when a coin like Shiba Inu or Elon is what it's going to do. And they have at least a year's time right? To hold and hodl. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't hold their cryptocurrency, right? They get out of it and they don't hold it enough. Um, they don't hold it long enough to become millionaire, billionaire, or even trillionaire status, right? Or even multimillionaire. They only become a very low income thousandaire person. What I mean by low income, in my opinion, in crypto, is that if you have under 100K. And so I present that to people. I tell them the tax laws are changing and that whatever capital gains that you have gotten so far up to this point and your cryptocurrency, if you're taking it out and converting back, or you're taking it off of the crypto exchange and converting that back into your bank account, which means you're converting your crypto back to cash, you're going to be taxed 30 to 40%, right? But um, most people, most people, they don't care about that, right? They don't, which I don't understand. How can you not care about taxes? One of the smartest man that ever walked this earth said two things in life are certain, and that's death and taxes. He said two things in life are certain, right? And that's death and taxes. But taxes used to be, and that was Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin, two things in life are certain, death and taxes. But taxes used to be at 91% tax. And now that paychecks are taxed 30 to 40%, that's way better than the 91% tax that it used to be. Right? And so when people are flipping, or they don't understand that the government, this is income, and income is the highest tax bracket that there is. And so I try to, or I don't try, but I introduce people to a home-based business that have IRS tax experts and over 475 tax deductions to help them with that. And I tell people all the time, you cannot help the poor if you're one of them. And you cannot educate the poor if you're one of them as well. Right? There are a lot of people that, the Bible says that the secrets to the kingdom is not for everyone to be made known to. That's why it's sacred knowledge. That's why it's secret. So just thank God that your eyes are open, that you are positioning yourself for prosperity. Right? And protect yourself from those same people when they come to you, when the dollar has totally crashed, and when they want to come to you for money, right? For assistance. Pray that they keep that same energy of not listening to you, and that now they won't be reaching out to you because you have done what you're supposed to do as far as planning. Thank you, Travarius, for the 3311 super chat. And Travarius, I'm actually going to break down a lot about the number 11 going into this. But again, I'm trying to find my article on Mana to pull up real quick on Mana. Let me find that tab. Oh, here we go. So according to Wikipedia, you have Mana, again, decentralized, aka Mana, Decentraland, I'm sorry, aka Mana, and Mana appears in Numbers 11, Travarius. This is where we have the 1111 code again. So in Numbers 11 and 1, verses 1 through 9, Mana is actually mentioned twice. That's through the Exodus, exit out, right? Mana is also appearance of Bedillion, but it's like a rhythm that you can find in parts of Africa from trees, right? And it's mentioned when God is trying to free people out of slavery, right? Exodus, that means to exit out of something, to exit out, EX. And so this was 40 years that they were held in bondage. And so, if you know anything about the number 40, right, a 40-year period, the number 40 is a testing and trial time where it's a period of testing or probation. During Moses' life, he lived 40 years in Egypt and then 40 years in the desert before God selected him to lead people out of slavery. So 40 generally symbolizes a period of testing, a trial period, a probation period, right? And so it rained, right, for 40 days and 40 nights. Moses on Mount Sinai for 40 days and 40 nights on two separate occasions, and also rain, right, 40 days and 40 nights. And also Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. And guess what, Travarius? Jesus was tempted by the devil just three times. Three, your numbers, 33 and 11. He was tempted by the devil three times, but many times, Jesus was tempted by the devil, not just three times, but many times during his 40 years, right? And nights that he fasted. And he did this right before his ministry began, right? And so he also appeared to his disciple and others 40 days after his resurrection. And then we know on the 44th day, that's when he ascended to go on to be seated on the right hand of God, right? So the number 40 can also represent a generation of man because of their sins after leaving Egypt. God made a promise, or he swore to the generation of the Israelites who left Egypt in bondage that they would not enter into their inheritance in Canaan. And that's in Deuteronomy chapter 1. So the children of Israel were punished and they wandered in the wilderness for 40 years, right? For 40 years. And so this is why I tell people that numbers, right? The Bible is just a book of banking and numbers, and all letters represents a number system of a secret, sacred knowledge and information, right? And so when you give unto that, you can decide what portion of that you want to be receptive of. And so now we have manna, which was provision in Numbers chapter 11, right? Manna describes it as the appearance of Bedelion. Again, the Israelites could ground it and pound it into cakes, which were baked, resulting in something that tasted like cakes, baked with oil. And Exodus states that the raw manna tasted like vanilla wafers, or they had been made with honey. That's where you get the honey and wafers, vanilla wafers, right? The Israelites, which is a very healthy thing to eat. That's a very healthy thing to eat. I heard Jim Rohn talk about how his father, before going to sleep every night, would have an apple, a wafer, vanilla wafer, crackers, and I think grape juice as a healthy snack before bed. And he always talked about the healthiness of his family and their lifestyle and his father, right? And so the Israelites were instructed to only eat the manna they had gathered for each day. God gave them enough provision for the day, right? And the stored manna, if they tried to store it, right, with the exception that it was being stored the day before the Sabbath. The Sabbath is also perfection and preparation day, right? So if they tried to store it, it will spoil. So when twice the amount of manna was gathered, this manna did not spoil overnight. And so tomorrow is to be the day of rest, which is the Sabbath day. It still should be the day of rest, a holy Sabbath day to the Lord. So bake what you want to bake and boil what you want to boil. Save whatever is left over until morning. And so manna was a provision and protection as they were leaving an Egyptian system, an economic system, and they were being set free from in slavery. And God was transitioning. Again, the number 40 is a trial and testing period. And God was transitioning them, even though they complained in Numbers 11. They still complain about it. There's a lot of people going to complain about the dollar transitioning into crypto. But, you know, it's going to happen because now the dollar is the 50th year anniversary this year from 1971 that President Nixon to now 2021 of August 15 of the dollar becoming dead. And the number 50th represents a jubilee, or rather a reset of debts, right? The number 5 means victory and war at the same time, simultaneously, as David had 5 smooth stones to kill Goliath. And so the Bible breaks down all of this, right, of what's going to happen. Then also, let me share this with you. I saw this article today, Travarius, as you are on the number 11, that the Bitcoin wallet from Satoshi era, mysteriously, right, mysteriously activates after 11 years. So numbers mean something. It means sacred knowledge. It means wisdom. It shows you and predicts. And again, if you all in the Patreon, right, you need to see my breaking down of gematria with Shiba Inu and Mana. I'm not going to do that on this live stream on a public platform, but my Patreon members, you have access to that at the $99 level, right? We make that clear. So a Bitcoin wallet that had been dormant. See, the number 11 is an awakening number, right? You all know in the Bible, where in the vineyard parable, that at 11, the 11th hour, the master came out to get more workers to work in the vineyard, and the other workers were working all day. The number 11 is that last hour, that awakening hour, that last minute before midnight comes. Like, right, you know, midnight in the story of Cinderella represented the reset. And often I've said that 11, the number 11, 11 is the awakening, or it means the number 11 reset everything. But I really thought on that. And I said, no, midnight reset everything. 11 is that last window of opportunity, that last warning that a reset is coming within 1 hour. So this is where you have the 111 code of 11, right? 11, where you see the 3 ones at 11 o'clock and at 1 hour. So you see the trinity of 11 at 11 before midnight comes. So this Bitcoin wallet had been dormant since the time that the cryptocurrencies, anonymous. Now let's look at these phrases: anonymous and mysteriously. Creator was still active online and suddenly activated. The wallet was last used, people, on May 17th, 2010. Here the number 1 again, right? Less than 1 year before Satoshi Nakamoto sent their final emails. And so we're going to look at this in gematria, the name of Satoshi Nakamoto, right? Satoshi Nakamoto. Now, March in the Jewish calendar is the new year, which is the spring. So technically, May is the number 3, which represents the rising of a dead thing. Jesus rose on the 3rd day. And the number 7 plus 1 is 8. The number 8 is the breaking down of the old to build the new. right? Then you have 2010, the 2 plus 1 is 3. There you see the Trinity again, right? There you see the 3 days and the resurrection of coming up in a more powerful form. And so the 50 Bitcoins contained within this wallet, people look at this, the number 4 again. 4 is the number representation of what will happen in prophetic realm. Was less than $4 when they was last used 11 years ago. 11. The warning of two things, of destruction and chaos, and wealth and wisdom coming before the midnight hour. And people, let me tell you, as tomorrow in the Gregorian calendar marks the 11th, 1, November 11th, first day. For some people, as you were saying, as you're trying to um, convince some people to get into crypto, November for some people is the last hour, right? It is the last hour. As you said, a pillar of cloud and a pillar of fire, which is a representation of a twin, as the twin towers, right? For some people, November is going to be that window of opportunity before January comes, and then May comes, which is the new year. We're entering the fourth quarter. And so for those who do not believe in cryptocurrency that will replace cash, then you just have to move along, right? Because you're really at a point where you have to save yourself at this point. And let me share with you, Satoshi, excuse me, in the gematria, numbers are 1111 and then the double eight. As this is the last day or the last month for the 8th month. October means 8, octagon, octopus. In the Jewish calendar, this is the last. This is the breaking down to build an old. Again, number 7 is divine transition. So you see, even if I put just Satoshi in, it's the 1188 code. Bitcoin, I think, is 9999, which means the BTC is the double 77 and 11 and 2, right? And people, numbers 11 and 77 are big, big things. Again, if you're in the Patreon, you need to watch that video that I just made for my Patreon people. And so when you put in the Bitcoin, you have all nines, which Jesus died on the cross on the 9th hour. And the number 9 represents divine finalization, divine completeness of a thing, as the dollar will be definitely done away with, right? As the dollar will be definitely be done away with. And so 9 fruits of the spirit, meaning that if you have all 9 fruits of the spirit, that's divine completion of a thing, right? Um, divine completion of a thing. However, again, right, it also can means good. You got the yin and the yang, the good and the bad. Um, to live, live, and then you reverse the word live, and it's evil, right? And so this is when you give into God's economic system and kingdom economic system, you are opening the gateways for the good to come your way. Because everything God has, again, when you really get into numerology, you know that it's there, right? And so, like, there were 9 people recorded as having leprosy in Second Kings, right? And that's the judgment or the the sentence of the evils that can come, or the non-good, for the lack of obeying or the lack of obedience, or even for the lack of understanding. The Bible says my people perish because of lack of knowledge. And most people don't want to accept knowledge because they don't want to accept change. They want, the good of what changes can happen, but they don't want to prepare for it, right? They do not want to prepare for it. And so, with that being said, again, I just wanted to tell my Patreon people that you need to watch that, because it is not something that I will teach publicly. However, if you come to the crypto um, meeting or conference, right, then you definitely, I will teach it in private. I'm no longer giving things to people that have not invested in it, right? That's unbiblical and it's not right for me to do. They have not invested in it. And so I'm going to leave with that. I'm just telling you by the numbers. I loaded up. This is me. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. But I loaded up on two cryptocurrencies, and I shared it with the Patreon members. Now, Travarius, if you want to email me, I can share that link with you as well, because you are a faithful supporter, but you're just not in the Patreon, and that's fine. So like people like Travarius, if you want to see that breakdown, I think I even have your email address on file. I can email it to you. As we see, a chronic underinvestment could send energy prices higher for longer, as you see the cost of inflation. So what this is doing is cutting off the amount of capital that people really have to invest in crypto. And this is why I tell people that you need to get in the home-based business with me, because that's instant cash flow that can be at your disposal so that you can invest in cryptocurrency. The more money you have to invest in crypto, the more of a millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire that you can become, right? That's just simple mathematics. So we're going to see an energy record high gas prices are right now going on. They're speaking of an energy crisis in the winter time. That HARP and controlling of the weather systems. So have your backup plan in place. In the event that you have electrical outages, have a way that you can burn firewood or have some type of source of heat. Have items in your home that have long shelf life, right? And is this predicts that oil prices will remain high for years to come. And so what the government does is talk to you in code as well. And, they don't tell you, like, we're raising taxes for the poor, working middle class and middle class. And that tax is called inflation, right? They don't tell you that. And so, you have this belief system that, and this is why I've been telling people, not really telling people, because I'm not your financial advisors. I take that back, right? I'm not, financial advisors are people that give you an invoice before they tell you what to do financially. And they charge fees. And I don't charge any of that, right? So that would not qualify me as a financial advisor, because financial advisors charge people for their financial advice. Mojo says he's starting a candle business. How are people going to find you? Do you have your system set up? Do you have your strategy? And do you have your support team? Right? And what's going to be different from your candles than and I'm just asking these questions, right? Because money loves speed. Money loves speed, systems, strategizing, and support teams, right? And so what's going to make your candle business different than the candles that's already out here? or for people that can get kerosene lamps, which what my grandparents used to have, and get kerosene for that as well. So what makes your candle business so differently, right? And I ask people these questions because you have to be very strategic when starting a business in a depression. This generation has never experienced a depression, right? Okay, you're going to sell it at the flea market, even if the economy is shut down. I'm having some feel good candles, sayings. Okay. Feel good candle sayings. Never heard of that. I wish you well. So you have to be very strategic when starting a business in a recession because people are going to spend their money with businesses that they know, like, and trust. And most businesses fail within 3 years, right? I'm not trying to rain on anyone's parade. I'm just giving you facts and stats. And this is why I tell people you need to get more cash flow to get in crypto because this is the greatest wealth transfer that this generation has ever experienced. If you have to sell some items from around your house, do that, but you cannot control the cost of inflation. You cannot control the cost of inflation. Inflation is the everyday cost of living. You cannot control the gas price. You cannot control your groceries. You cannot control daycare. As they're stating that and my thing is, Mojo, where are you going to get the material to build your candles? Because it's about to be a shortage of things that the grocery stores and or even have, because we have over 500,000 ships at port, and then you have a fuel crisis that's coming, an energy crisis, as well as increased pricing. And so shipping, you say you're going to ship some things, and you have some feel good candle sayings, and you're going to have a website. But now UPS, United States Postal Service, USPS, prices for shipping has increased, and the delays of shipping have gotten longer. So if people immediately need candles, they're going to go where it's already in stock that they can get access to. And I don't know how many people do flea market in cold weather as well, which is like an outdoor area, if I'm not mistaken. So that's why I tell people, if you're going to do a business in a depression, you need to ask yourself, you need to get your business plan together. And this is why I introduce people from a work from home business, right? This is why I tell people you should be working from home if all possible. Because just like this snowstorm hit Texas in the springtime and other southern states, people were not able to even drive and get out, right? And so for the people that still had electrical services, or they had backup solar panels, it's always, to me, in a depression now, which is different from 1929, from work from home, right? From work from home. And so again, if you are in my Patreon, look at that video that I just made about, and I gave the gematria breakdown. And when I show you the gematria breakdown and how it connects biblically, you're absolutely going to be shocked of why. Let me show you all the video. Let me make sure. Why Shiba Inu, why I'm predicting Shiba Inu and Decentraland. And if you knew this information and knowledge, right, it's just like the parable in the Bible. And again, Safe Moon is mooning, right? So it's just like the parable in the and Elon coin up 300% for those who are just now coming in on today. So I'm not personally in Safe Moon myself. I'm not for it, but hey, numbers don't lie, and Safe Moon is definitely up. right? So this is the post to members, Patreon members. This is the video I just made on the breakdown Shiba Inu, the insider secrets, right? That I don't share publicly when it relates to biblical prosperity and biblical codes, because numbers are secrets and codes to the Bible, to the Word of God, and all of those require an investment. But I will, for those who are attending the conference, I definitely will. So I just posted it out there. I definitely will teach this in the conference. So let me pull this up so you all can see. And then I'll give you one thing from Genesis 1:1 that shows you, right? So Mana Shiba Inu Patreon breakdown. That's for you all, my Patreon members at the $99 and above level, breaking down Decentraland, Mana, and definitely Shiba Inu in particular, right? And so that's it. Some of you all may come in and the home-based business information, home-based again, okay? For those who are interested in the home-based business with your tax shelter, how to pay zero taxes in a recession or against your cryptocurrency. The number is strolling down at the bottom at 601-720-2063. Text HBB. Text HBB to 601-720-2063. Again, we got Mana going up at 2.58%. Yes, you are correct. I think when I started live streaming, Sheba was at 76%. Also, that's a biblical. Mana and Sheba are biblical related cryptos. What happened to Elon? It just went out. It got away from the bubble just that fast. Safe Moon 122%. Sand definitely up 125%. But besides, let's look at Elon again. See, let's bring that up. What happened to that? I mean, yeah. I might try to put, I don't know what happened, just went away. So I just changed my let me get out of this. I just changed my week performance or my top performance, so that's why it's showing some things. But I don't see that. It just went out the bubble, right? Let me pull that back up again. Let's see, will it reappear? So yeah, Sheeb is up. This is the market performance for the week. Let me get the day, and I might pull that back up. So expecting Ethereum to maybe hit 10,000 by the end of November as well. November again, and the Gregorian calendar is the 11th month, but according to the Jewish calendar, it is the 9th month, which is divine completion of a thing, right? Divine completion of a thing. And so I think people, if this is just my personal opinion, but you got some sheep and you sold Mana last night. I'm not selling Mana this quick. Bought some ADA. Well, I'm not buying any more ADA. I got ADA like really, really cheap when it was pennies on the dollar. Yes, that's what God fed his people as they were escaping one system, entering into another. Again, the number 40 is test and trial time. And so with that being said, I'm logging off. Again, I just want to really come before my Patreon people and tell you need to watch that insider information or on Gematria or the people that's attending the conference. The website is on the screen. And I'm just going to leave you all with this breaking down of some biblical codes and secrets that you probably never been taught before from in the Bible, right? In the Bible. And let's just start with Genesis 1 and 1. A lot of people don't know that they don't know Genesis 1 and 1, and the secrets that Genesis 1 and 1 have. And this is why I tell people all of your answers about this new economic system, about what's going on, is in the Bible. So Genesis 1 and 1, that's where we have the one code, breaks down, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That word God is translated to plural, right? Which means Elohim, or Eloy, Elowahh, or Elohim. That's a plural. So the very first thing about Genesis um, is teaching about collaboration, right? Collaboration and partnership for creation. That's the very first thing Genesis 1 teaches you. But also in Genesis 1 and 1, there are 26 letters, right? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. 26 letters between all of this. And so, 28, 28 letters. So when you add 8 plus, let me go to Revelation 22 and 21. When you add 8 plus 2, that's 10. But when you also add 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7, that is 28. So you see the 111 code. You see the 47777s in Genesis 1 and 1. And then it has 28 words, right? 28 words. And so when you look at the King James, you have, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. That's 10 words. So Genesis 1 and 1, 1 0 equals 10. So now you see the three, the trinity of the 1111. Then you look at John 1 and 1. In the beginning was the word. See, the Bible uses numbers and verses for a reason. In the beginning was the word, and the word was God, and the word was with God. This is Genesis 1 and 1. And so it is no shock or surprise to me that the two cryptocurrencies, which is manna, which means to out of your transition, to sustain you, to protect you. And then going into 2022, cryptocurrency means hidden codes and hidden secrets. So you got Daniel 2 and 22. That's not true. You can say what you want to. She has big Shiba, the queen of Sheba, is a biblical based crypto, and it's going to do well. And it definitely, if it hits Robinhood, you can expect it to get to 1 cent. Right? The person that came in sold out. No, it was not a setup. Sheep has a lot of use cases I won't get into in this live stream. And it has a lot of already utility. And Soulja Boy just came out. Let me see, can I find it on his Twitter and tweet about his new album. He's only accepting cheap. But I'm just telling you, these two cryptocurrency, from the gematria that I did, from a biblical perspective, they're going to do well. So, you be careful, sis, with that information as well. And so, I'm not going to try to stay on here long, because as you can tell in my voice, I still supposed to be resting my voice. So, and again, you are a trader. Safe Moon is doing well as well. If you're a person that likes to trade, um, I'm giving away my black. Let me see. This is sheep is not going anywhere. It's actually but up. Really. Soldier Boy, I'm giving away my black Cartier to whoever buys my new NFT. You can only buy this with Sheeb, right? This was today at 104. And look at the number 77. See, I can't make this stuff up. I can, but it won't. I just broke down 77 in Genesis 1 and 1. And when you look at the Patreon video, I break it down even more for my Patreon members. So when I do that type of research, it's nothing that no one can tell me that it won't, it's a scam or it's not going to happen. Right? You have over 9,000 cryptocurrencies. Yes, only 1,000 of will last, but Sheeb is going to make millionaires and billionaires. Depends on how much people have in it. Right? So number 77 is also meant to break down the old. Right? Meant to break down of the old. And for example, Noah, when he wanted to determine the status of the water after the great flood, he sent out a raven, which is another crypto, right? And it later a dove from the ark. The dove returned without any symbol of life, right? No symbol of life, which is what the US dollar is right now. And then 7 days later, divine transition, he resent the dove, and this time it returned with an olive leaf, proving that the waters have almost completely subsidized, or they were ground. It was down. The water was down, and then he waited another 7 days, the double 77. Why do you think in dice the numbers are 711? The winning numbers. He sent out the dove again, and this time it did not return, which meant the ground was dry for many kinds of animal or for life. And I'm just showing you all in the Patreon the 771111 code between Sheeb and Manna, right? And so in Psalm 77, right, that was written by priests during the time of King David, the smartest king that, well, not King David, but King Solomon was the smartest priest, but it was written during the time of King David. And two particular verses of 77 shows God's mighty power to help his people. And Manna and Sheeb are both related to 1177. As Psalm 77, starting with verse 13, says, God, your way is holiness. Who is so great a God as our God? You are the God who does wonders. You have declared your strength amongst people. And actually, I gave some 7711 cash apps today just because I was given into that, into those number systems. And I restructured a lot of my crypto portfolio more into Doge and Sheeb, right? Because I just don't want to be a millionaire. I want to be a multi-millionaire, billionaire in crypto. So again, Sheeb Army, XRP was at $1.11 today as well. XRP Army, and you can be Manna to the moon as well. And again, you know, that's just my biblical breakdown. As Daniel 2 and 22 talks about the hidden messages as we enter into 2022, a new currency system reset. But Daniel 2 and 22 talks about the hidden things being revealed. And okay, Tony says there was also a leaked email from Tesla about accepting Sheeb. Well, yeah. So let's end on the 222. The grace of the Lord. And give me 1 second, because sometimes people give cash out. I want to Miss Michelle, she gave a cash out yesterday. And Top Care giving another cash out. Definitely Infinite Spirit, Infinite God. Let all that is theirs, Travarius, reach them by divine right, for giving into your divine number system and the breakthroughs that it provides. Let whatever is theirs by divine right reach them now by great, you all, great avalanches of wealth. I got another scripture to share with you. Great avalanches of abundance, great avalanches of peace and prosperity, peace of mind, peace of emotions, and peace within their relationships. Revelations 22 and 21. The grace of the Lord be with God's people. May the grace of God be on you. Also, my last 7:11 scripture. I just thought about that when I was saying your affirmation. And since giving is the first part of receiving, your giving makes you rich. But also, people, I'm going to have to switch that up some and start telling people that a lot of times you cannot give until you receive. And so a lot of you all have to start to be good at receiving. And what I mean by that is receiving instructions, right? The two widow women, for example, when Elijah and Elijah came to them, the first thing they asked is, what do you have in your house? What do you have in your possession? And the woman that was going to bake her last, she said, I don't even have a cake. All I have is flour and water and these sticks. And I was about to prepare a last meal for me and my son that we were about to die because they were in a recession. Right? I got you. I got to read that. Thank you, Patrice Prayer. She's given to the wisdom and wealth transfer of the 1111 and not the destruction and destroying portion. Uh, when Shiba hits one cent, please limit yourself. I don't think I'll get a Lambo. I really don't, but you never know, when the money comes, what you'll do with it. I don't think I'll get a Lambo. I think I'm more of a Mercedes G-Wagon, RV, Bentley and Rolls Royce type of woman. I don't know about Lambo. I don't know if I want to sit there low and ride that fast. Now, I would ride in a Lambo with a nice man, but I don't think I'll buy one for myself, right? So I don't think I'll do that. But on the 711 code, I guess I'll share this with you all, this sacred knowledge. The 111, as you all see here, is for open windows. In Malachi 3, scripture says, I will open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing. Open doors, Matthew 7:7 is talking about knock and the door shall be open. Open heaven, open heaven, open skies. There are many scriptures in the Bible that I can break down and share about you about an open heaven, and then open gates. So we have open doors, open window. Well, let's start with open window first. Open doors, open gates, right? As Paul and Silas cried out at midnight, the gates was broke open. The chains was unlocked, broke open. And then you have open heaven. I might share a scripture with you about open heaven. That's the 4-1-1-1-1 formula, right? So now you see the Matthew 7:7 for the 711 formula goes all the way into verse 11. And this is the ask, A-S-K, right? A-S-K, ask and it shall be given, seek and you shall find. I'm telling you, the Bible is such a great book once you really understand it. And this alliteration just as Matthew 7:7 alone. Then it says to knock, right? And the door, that means there's different levels to this, right? Asking is just the very first. And some people have to get good at asking. I didn't come on here to preach, teach tonight. I really came to talk about sheep. But some of you all have to really get good at asking. You don't ask God for what you want. And he tells you to ask him. If you want a Lambo, get a Lambo. Yeah. If that's what you want, ask him. He don't mind. He made the man that created Lambos. So why would he mind you riding in one? But see, it's all about a system, though. You have to understand his system, right? And so it says ask. And then it says, okay, some things you're gonna have to go beyond asking. You have to seek knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And when you knock on God's door, is by giving into the external realm of the infinite divine knowledge that you receive. You want to get God's attention, just go to King Solomon's, right? And look at that's my Deuteronomy 1:11, but also King Solomon gave so much that God appeared to King Solomon and said, hey, what? He made him the richest king that ever lived. He said, what can I do for you? And so now you got open doors, open windows. When you tithe, open windows happen from heaven. When you ask, seek, and knock, open doors. And you have open heavens and open gates, right? The narrow and wide gates that's further down in Matthew. So that's the 7-7-11 code. And then verse 11 says, if you then being, though you are evil or though you are not none like a higher being than I am, if you give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give you good gifts for those who use the ask, seek, and knock method or alliteration? So thank you for the $9.99 super chat. That means divine completeness, divine finalization of some things in your life that you probably wanted completing. A manifestation from an old thing into a new thing, right? And the Day of Atonement, right, with the 9999 is the only one of God's annual feasts of the days of worship that requires believers to fast for one day, right? One. And then on this special day, they were considered by many Jews to be the holiest day of the year. But guess what? It begins on the 9th day of the 7th month of Hebrew. This is in Leviticus, which was in the month of September. September means 7. So it begins at sunset on day 9, right? One of the holiest, someone gave a cash out. Sometimes it scares me when I put it on. The holiest of the year, the holiest numbers, the holiest time is Christ died on the 9th hour. And that means to save you for salvation. That finality, that completeness was for the salvation of mankind. Everyone's going to need salvation in this Great Depression 2.0, because even if you're crypto millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires, right, we got to make it through the food shortage. We have to make it through the economic shutdown. Have to make it through the energy crisis that may come. But just proclaim Psalms 91 and 11 when you give the 911 scripture, that God's angels are sent to guard and guide you and to protect you, right? When you give unto God's economic system, right? So I'm signing out, right? I'm signing out. So how big can you think? How big can you think? How big can you think? Because if you're thinking big, you are definitely, I had to get a little gnat out the way. I had some live plants around my house for the radiation that they're releasing with this currency system change. So one of the plants are bringing in some gnats. But how big can you think? Because if you're thinking big, you're trying to make it to this conference at 111 Millionaire Moves, and you're trying to get more cash flow to get to your crypto, because this is a currency system reset. In normal times, right? In normal time, I would be okay with people flipping cryptocurrency, like back into the cash system. But we are not in normal times. The cash system is going to be completely done away with. And so when you are flipping cryptocurrency back to cash, I just want you to have a FYI. Thank you, Nathaniel, for your cash app, that you're converting it back to the lowest yielding asset that there is, which is cash, which is losing its purchasing power by the day. The depth of the dollar will actually happen in 2022. So these are not 2008 recession in which Bitcoin was birthed out of. This is a great reset depression that's happening. So I hope that you have a plan to convert that cash into another asset if that's what you're doing. This is not 2017 or 2009 cryptocurrency. You're getting in at the foundational stages. So manifest with your mouth. The power of life and death is in your tongue. And maximize your mission, right? God says, I give you the power to get wealth in Deuteronomy 28. But when I give you this power, don't forget about me. And to be blessed, to be a blessing. Job 36:11, right? You shall spend your years in prosperity. And also in Proverbs, I make it you rich, God says, and I add no sorrow, no anxiety, no illness, no ailments with it. That's God's economic system. So I'm signing out, Queen out. This is going to be a great month for cryptocurrency. So hold on, people. Have diamond hands, because this is the greatest wealth transfer, the largest massive distribution of wealth that this generation has ever experienced. And you get to tell your children and maybe your children's children that you made the right millionaire moves during this time to set up generational wealth for your family. A good man or woman leaves an inheritance to their children's children. You have an opportunity to do that through crypto. Queen out. Have a great night, you all, and be safe.